Hello friends, I recently traveled to Mexico and stayed there for 6 months, and I want to share my experience with my stay and my study on the Mexico culture, Mexico place and Mexico people.
Please subscribe to Mana Times. To Mana Times. To Mana Times.
Please subscribe. This video will be helpful for you who are planning to go to Mexico on a business trip or a visiting trip so that you can plan well in advance. Mexico official language is Spanish. They call the Spanish language as Espanol. So even though Mexico is just beside US, they don't talk in English. They don't know at all English. Very few people knows English. The cab drivers or any grocery shop. Everyone only speaks in Spanish. So it's very difficult for us to communicate with them. So we must use Google Translator, and the people over there are very patient to understand, to see our Google Translator and answer us. So for any general questions or inquiry, please be prepared with the translator. Everyone are very helpful to answer us through the translator. And only the people who studied in English medium from their childhood or who are willing to learn English and go out from Mexico and further settle in other countries like US or in the countries, only they are willing to learn English. They go for English medium schools and they learn English. Other than that, everyone only speaks Spanish, Espanol. In Spanish language, you should pronounce J as ha. Example, there is a state called as Jalisco. We tend to call it as Jalisco. No, it is Jalisco. Similarly, the city I said, Guadalajara, its spelling is Guadalajara, but I'm pronouncing it as Guadalajara. That is, J we should pronounce it as H, like ha, Guadalajara. For Indians, Mexico is the best climate and best temperature. We do not have any problem over there. In the core winter, the temperature goes to, like we can say, the north part of India, Delhi kind of temperature, like 5 degrees, 6 degrees, like that for a certain period. And in a peak summer, it hardly goes to 30, 35. When the temperature is 30, 35, max, that is max. And the people over there treats it as a very hot. But for us, it is absolutely okay. We can live without AC even in the summer season also. In winter season, it's okay. We can wear some jackets and we can cover ourselves. But there is no snow. There is no extreme shivering chill like that. So it's absolutely suitable for Indians to live in Mexico. Let me show you my gated community and my apartment where I lived. It is 10,000 pesos per month. Or pesos is the currency in Mexico, and on an average 1 peso is equal to 5 rupees. For now, this is my gated community, and it's very neat, very clean and very green, and there are around 30 villas over here. All are duplex, and the scrap collection daily in the morning used to be, and very organized stay. There is a small park within the community, same like in India. The people will celebrate the birthdays or any events, the community park. About the expenses and the income over there, I can say for a single person to live, it takes minimum 10 to 15,000 pesos per month, living in a shed or a separate accommodation. And for a family, it will take 25,000 pesos per month. And average income of a Mexican over there is 14,000 as per the studies. And the 14,000, the people earning a lower income and higher income, and was the average taken as 14,000 pesos per month. And I can say the people earning more than 50,000 pesos per month is a good income, and they can save money, and many people who are in a good position of jobs earning more than 90k, 100k, 150k, thousands pesos per month, who are nicely earning and saving the money. Look at my colony. There are nice roads. The people walk in a very organized manner. There is a mid road where it is dedicated for walking area and dog walk area, and wide roads, no pollution. This is a park in my colony. We used to sit here. The people come here and do exercises, do some workouts. Every area has a local market which will be open on Saturday and Sunday, where we can get many vegetables with a cheaper cost and some other random items also. People prefer to go to this market. In my city, Guadalajara, this is the biggest park, Millennium Park. This is so clean, so nice climate, good place to hang out, play, chit chat, eat, gather, small shopping areas, snacks. People spend a lot coming here and enjoying the nature. This is one of the popular shopping center. So any shopping center will be like this. This shopping center is from Guadalajara city, and here you see the streets filled with the many local items, local specific Mexican items, Mexican products, and Mexican restaurants, Mexican music, bands. All the streets are like this, and it's good to see many people gathered at the same location. Some of the dishes that we had and which are popular. This is tuna fish, and this is some vegetarian dish, and as we know, they prefer to eat more salads. There are many KFC outlets also in Mexico, but please do remember they are very less spicy, and sometimes we see half-baked food within the burger and within the dish. So it's better you mention them to have little bit more roasted, and so that it will be little bit smoother for us. Chipotle is one of the very famous in Mexican food. You can taste that, and as you know, kiwi fruit is also based out from Mexico. That's also very famous. You can have that. Before going to Mexico, I thought that okay, I can have the Mexican food. I can go to Mexican restaurants and I can eat their bakery items and I can have their restaurant food. But no, it did not get possible for me. I went once and twice, and after that I was not able to. And this is the experience for every Indian over there. That's why every Indian cooks themselves, even though they are living in Mexico for many years, because their food is the food that what we got used in India. This kind of smell what we got used in India, in Mexico, it's very quite different. We cannot even have or smell. So it's very delicious for them, but for us it will not work for us. So if you are able to eat and you're lucky enough to have the food, so be prepared for a kitchen setup in Mexico. That is must. The people over there are very warm, means they accept us very. Mexicans are warm in nature. That means they are friendly. They're not like introverts. They're not reserved to communicate with others. So we don't face that problem in Mexico. Your neighbors or your colleagues or friends, everyone would be friendly with us, likes to connect with us and make a friendship with us. So we don't feel that isolated problem much in Mexico. As of now, there are around 8,000 Indians in Mexico. So that's why, that means in the bigger country Mexico, 8,000 is very few. That's why we see very few Indians in Mexico. That's why we will be treated as a foreigners by the Mexican local people. That's why we get that respect, definitely, and we get that special recognition as a foreigner in Mexico. They also likes to study on us. They also likes to understand about our India, and they know well about the Indian tradition and culture. Everyone appreciates on that, and that's why they give that connecting, that they give us that respect and the privilege to all our Indians. If you go to Mexico first time and walk on the roads, it may be a scary and a little strange, because everywhere dogs, many dogs. Every people walking in the road, they must be catching 1 or 2 or 3 dogs. So they don't walk alone, they come with the dogs, and the dogs barking from the houses, from the windows, from the corridor, and from inside the doors, like that. But they are tied up very securely. They don't come out and they don't attack. They are very well bred and trained dogs, but we see that many dogs walking on the road barking. So it will be a little scary, but this will be at the initial stage. But after that, you will get used to it smoothly within a short period of time. And people over there use skating rather than more on the cycles. They skate on the road to pass on the road. The roads are very smooth, and there is a separate service road for skating. They prefer that. Even for longer distance also, they prefer to go by skating to offices, to schools, to colleges, to bus stop, like that. They use skating a lot. And we hear about the gun culture in Mexico, right? It's not that true. It's not that prevalent. Even the Mexican locals also are afraid of certain crimes. They're also very far. They're also very away from that crimes, and they don't like that abusing, and they don't like that crime violence also. But yes, there is a possibility of crime, and we should take precautions, and we should be on our safer limits. Example, where the crime happens and why is Mexico is treated as some risk areas is on the narcotics and drugs. You know that. So there are some people, suppliers living in Mexico, and they are from local people. That means the local area, slum area kind of people who lives in that. They do the supplying, and they do some transactions to the other countries on these material. So they are the people with whom we should be cautious on. That means we should never go to a strange area, and particularly to the local areas, local slum areas. There's the likely chances that kind of people lives over there. So they will try to trouble. That means it's not a big trouble. It's not, they don't attack at all. It was never happened that the civilians or the general people got attacked just without reason, just for theft. It was never happened. I inquired with many of my friends who were living from 5 years and they did not experience anything like that. So just if we are away from that kind of areas and that kind of people, then it's absolutely no problem. We should not go to the local areas or strange areas, and that's it. And in Mexico also there is a local area, the slum area, and then some areas are posh and good locality areas. Most of the Indians will live in the good locality areas only, so there is no need of going to that area and taking risk. So just avoiding that location and staying in our community and in our place is a safer side. And it's not only in Mexico, in everywhere, in US also. If we go out after 8 p.m. or 9 p.m, there's a worry and there is a risk from the blacks there for theft, right? In Mexico there are no blacks and no blacks attack, that is not there. But people who are involved in this supplying kind of thing, like drugs or narcotics, they are likely to do some theft kind of crime, that they may ask, try to steal our purse or wallet, like that. So it's very, very rarely chance. So it's not like that just landing in the Mexico, we have entered into a very risk area and everyone loads. It's not like that. So very, very, very few corner areas are like that, and we should be away from those areas, and we should be cautious while walking alone on the roads in the night times, particularly in the night times. Other than that, there's no anything to worry or get scared of and to stay in Mexico. There is a perception for Mexicans that Indians earn more. Indians earn good amount in Mexico. We go to their country and we earn a lot. We are doing good there. We are doing good work, job, business over there. So there's a perception over there. So they have an eye on Indians, the lower slum areas I'm talking about. So it's always good that girls and women should not wear very huge gold ornaments and walk on the roads, walk on the public roads. Other than that, our neighbors, our other people, the people around us are very good. They will be very nice with us. They want to be with us. They will communicate with us. And when I fallen sick during my stay in Mexico for some leg infection, so one of the lady in my gated community, they helped. She came up with some suggestions and she took me to the doctor. I was not able to walk even. So this is one good situation. This is a one good scenario, sign I have seen, that they are coming up with help, advisors, and they will take care of us much. So there's no need to worry on that. The things which are not available in Mexico are bitagas in the vegetables. I see that only 60% of the vegetables what we find in India, we can see that in Mexico. The 40% of vegetables are not available in Mexico. We cannot find them. So we should find some supplements or that nutrition supplements in other manner, or else we go nutrition deficient. So some of the vegetables like bitter gourd and rich gourd and curry leaves, curry leaves, these are not available. Curry leaves, Indian restaurants, in order to have that curry leaves in their dishes, they produce the curry leaves themselves in the small scale manner, and they generate that curry leaves. So that is the workaround that they are following. But basically within Mexico, in Mexican local area or local market or anyway, we cannot see curry leaves. And leaf vegetables, the spinach is available, but it's in a different format. It's a spinach, but it's different with our spinach, but however the spinach is spinach. Other than spinach, no other leaf vegetables are available. And fruits are highly available. There are very varieties of fruits. All what we find in India we can see there also. Mangoes, oranges, everything, that too with good quality, except guava fruit. You should be finding Indian groceries nearby to you within 5 kilometers of radius, and you can find some Indian specific items, Indian spices, tuar dal or masalas, that you can easily find in Indian stores. Electronic gadgets, iPhones are not cheaper. It's almost equal to Indian prices. And Mexicans enjoys their life. They are not work alcoholic like people in US. They tell themselves, they express themselves that they are very enjoying. They are enjoying life, and they are bindas. They are kind of bindas, and they go for parties. They go for night outs. They enjoy. They do what they enjoy, like this. Their party life and party timings are a little bit strange. They start from 12 o'clock in the night and they will enjoy till 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. in the morning, and after that they go home. But in India, we start at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock and we end by 11 and 12. this is Mexico's popular hat. This is very famous in Mexico. Most of the people wear this. This is made up of coconut leaves, and that's why this is meant that this gives a cool. They wear this to have cool in the summer season. You have to take. This appears to be very traditional. Education in Mexico, by default, it is Spanish medium. If you want to get in English medium, they are very expensive. 10,000 pesos per month would be the fees of one child, and for Spanish medium it is for free. Roads in Mexico cities are not that free. There is a moderate traffic. We should importantly learn two words in Mexico. Gracias means thank you. Hola means hello, because everywhere, wherever you go, we have to wish them. It's their culture. We should wish them. Only then they get pleased. If you go to the grocery shop and trying to buy something, first you have to wish, saying hola. Or if you board a cab, to the cab driver, before boarding, you just say hola. And similarly, when you deboard the car, taxi, then you have to say thank you, gracias. So there's two basic things that we have to maintain in Mexico. And about the people appearances, we see varieties of people. Like few people just look like Indians, because their hair will be black color, hair will be in brown color, and few people hair will be in whitish color. And similarly, the skin color also from medium color, fair color, and two fair colors. Three types of colors, skin colors, and three types of hair colors we can see. And their height and personality also. We can see the short people, we can see the moderate tall people, and some tall people also. We can see varieties of combinations of people in Mexico. Sometimes we don't see the difference that whether this guy is an Indian or Mexican. But however, yeah, most of the people look like the Western people. And talking about few people who resembles with Indian appearance. When you go to shop, they maintain a queue. Even though it's a small grocery shop, they come behind us. That's very well disciplined. So there is no clutterness, there is no mess over there. So they maintain the queue system everywhere, even with a small shop also. They'll be behind us, and we should follow that. We should also maintain the discipline. We should not go forward and go before them and try to be on the front. And there is no UPI system there. There is no phone pay like kind of or Google Pay kind of thing. It's a very painful. We should give by cash. Everyone goes by cash. Transportation, grocery shop, supermarket, everyone prefers by cash. The second preferred one is card or cash. That's it. So that facility where we got in India used for this much nice facility of UPI, we don't see in Mexico. Similarly, the internet packages over there is very expensive. Here we got used with the Jio and Airtel unlimited internet, right? Just for 200, 300 or 400 we can enjoy the daily unlimited internet. But there it's not like that. You have to spend quite good amount of money for 1 month recharge for the data, and that you will get only 2 GB for the total 1 month. It's not per day 2 GB. It's a total 1 month you will get 2 GB. There the people utilizes their data roaming very, very preciously. They turn off the mobile data when they go out, even though they are of a very good position, high earning also. They maintain very cautious usage of the data, and they use Wi-Fi when they come home. So this is one big difference I have seen. And before going to Mexico, I suggest that you can just recharge the roaming, international roaming, whether it's an Airtel, Jio or any other network. Just recharge international roaming. No need for outgoing calls. So as soon as you land over there, you can get the internet connection. You will take the local network and just activate that international roaming, and you will be good to connect with Indian numbers. And geographically, in the globe, you see this upper part is North America and the lower part is Central and South America. And on the upper part, you see the top country is Canada, the pink color. This is United States, and this one is Mexico. And Mexico is just border to the Central America. If you come down, there are many other countries. And this entire Central America speaking language is Spanish. All these countries are Spanish. The North America speaking language is English. From Mexico, the people starts speaking in Spanish, all these countries. And some of these countries, like you might have heard, Costa Rica, Nicaragua will be here in this Central America. A few other popular countries in Central America. And if you come down further down in the south, you will see the Brazil is also in the South America. This is geography. Mexicans, if they want to migrate from their country for further studies or for their career, they prefer to US or Canada. So they learn English and go to that countries, and that's why we see many transactions or many commutations happens between Mexico and US and Mexico and Canada. And from Mexico to US, we can go by car. Just we should have the visa at the check post, and we should go by, and we can go by car. Interestingly, in Mexico, in Spanish language, they call the country names with their own names. Example, for Germany, they call Alemania. Alemania is a country name. For Germany, they call it as Alemania. Similarly, for London, they call it as Londres. Londres is the London. They call like that. So each country, some of the countries have their own names instead of what we use as the standard names. So they are the Spanish names for the countries. In Mexican culture, there is no caste. They don't know about what is caste. They are free for relationships. They live happily together. They maintain the relationships together. They're happy in living individually and they're happy in living as a family too. We don't get afraid by seeing Mexican policemen. They don't even stare us. They just do their job. Finally, on the visa interview, I can say the visa interview is tough. The visa officers for Mexico are very tough. The embassy is very tough. They are very rigid. They are very stubborn. They ask questions harshly, but finally they will take a wise decision. They speak only in English or Hindi. Embassy offices in Delhi for many years, and recently new branch was opened in Mumbai. But visa officers in Mexico are very polite. We don't imagine that. They talk very smoothly. If we forget some document, if they try to make us understand with a polite manner, they accept some small mistakes. That was so pleasure. One of my well-wisher in Mexico, in our gated community, common friend who helped us a lot in guiding, advising about the local area, about helped me in shopping before coming to India and assisted me when I was sick. I am very much grateful to her. Her name is Beatriz.
Please subscribe to Mana Times. To Mana Times.